Hello everyone, I am Curtis Porter, Chair of the Prince William County Human Rights Commission. Our mission is to eliminate discrimination and establish equal opportunities throughout our county. One way we accomplish that mission is through educating our community. It is our responsibility to educate and inspire the next generation of leaders so they can continue to strengthen and unify our community. Today I have with me some of our current and future leaders who are part of our Human Rights Student Leadership Council. Ray and Addie, as members of our community, tell us what unity means to you. Ray?
Unity to me doesn't mean tolerating intolerance, but it does mean different people of different communities standing in solidarity together.
And Addie?
Unity to me means putting aside your political, cultural, religious views and joining together on one specific issue or cause.
Abdullah, as a student in our community, what does equality mean to you?
Certainly. So equality, I believe, is when we give everyone an equal opportunity to succeed. And what I mean by that is that I feel, unfortunately, in our 21st century world, a lot of people may feel left out, or a lot of people are viewed as less than by their authority figures based off of things that they cannot control. And so I believe that when we are all on an equal footing, ideally, everyone should have an equal or similar opportunity to succeed, to grow, to contribute to the bigger picture. And so that's why I feel equality is important and equality is necessary, because ultimately everybody is trying to succeed and everybody is trying to do the right thing. And I think when we truly have equality, when we achieve equality, it'll be easier for people to do that.
Okay, Isabella.
Equality to me is accepting people for the way they are, not necessarily the way you want them to be, and to take it a step further, embracing those differences and that diversity as a community and not being afraid of it.
Ariel, what does equity mean to you as a student?
Well, I guess that is a question that humanity has been trying to solve for its entire existence. For instance, in the Leviathan, Thomas Hobbes says that every man is born equal. However, some are born stronger or smarter than others, and for a society to work in harmony, we must use our differences to lift each other up. Equality is equity, meaning that no matter one's particular difference, everyone should have the same opportunity to achieve their goals.
Nina?
Equity to me as a student means giving each student the ability to learn in ways that best suit them, and by not generalizing the educational system, but by giving each student the individualized education that they need to learn and grow.
Mike, as a future leader in our community, what does human rights mean to you?
Human rights mean that we can advocate for what we are just most passionate about and what we love doing and how we can help others.
Jalen?
Human rights to me is the entitlement of everybody to be able to live and thrive regardless of their race, gender, religion, or any other factor that we come up with as society to discriminate against people. And everybody has the right to be seen as a human and as a valuable member of the nearly 8 billion people who call this rock in the sky home. And it's our responsibility to ensure that, because even though it seems that these rights are given for everybody, they're not for way too many people.
And would each of you tell us how you would ensure the progression and reinforcement of universal human rights? Nina?
By educating those who aren't aware of human rights. It is crucial that we fully communicate with our communities how essential universal human rights are to creating a safer, kinder world as a whole.
Ariel?
Our Constitution is built on the fact that the American populace is ever-changing. To ensure the progression and reinforcement of human rights, it is vital that adults have difficult conversations with their children about race, gender, disability, and other differences, so that as a society we continue to grow and change, not receding into the mistakes of our forefathers.
Jalen?
The reinforcement and progression of human rights the key to that is education, and educating our youth and ensuring that we're not only teaching them how to be leaders in their communities, but also to communicate and to propagate equity inside of their communities as well. And if we don't do that, then all we're doing is allowing trauma to continue to both repeat and exponentiate over the course of generations.
And Mike?
The reinforcement of universal human rights and to ensure what we can do to make our community a better place is to make sure that we have great communication and awareness of our surroundings, which then also mean that we could educate those who need to be educated around certain topics.
Isabella?
There's a Benjamin Franklin quote that says, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn." I think that we need to go a step beyond teaching students about human rights in schools to getting them involved in community projects and organizations. When students have hands-on experience working for the progression of universal human rights, it's more likely these values will be reinforced and longer lasting.
Abdullah?
Certainly. So with universal human rights, I believe that it's important to take a grassroots effort. And what I mean by that is we can start off by doing things similar to what we have here, such as create a human rights council or advocate for that in different counties and municipalities. Furthermore, voting rights are also a very important thing to begin with. Advocate people to go out to their polling places, vote. We can also educate people on their human rights. A lot of people don't even know what rights they have and how to exercise them. And we also need to offer more protections for people who are living in different countries or in different places that don't necessarily have full protections. For example, for gender equality or for education. Fight for more human rights in those areas. Especially in today's world, I believe that human rights are important to really help people succeed and live a better life.
Ray?
Of course. I think that our education system needs to be updated so that the students of today can understand how our government functions. That way they can learn to protect their future rights, and the rights of their children in the future.
Addie?
I would ensure the progression of universal human rights by just simply being vocal about human rights and welcoming people into conversations and learning about human rights to make sure that it is upheld and continued to be advocated for.
The next generation. Thank you for joining us.